Currently, the Information Systems Association, also known as ISA, website is hard to navigate, hard to maintain, and takes up storage space on Cal Poly servers. Our team,
Matt,
Tiffany,
and Brianna,
is
ready to change this.
We want the Cal Poly Information Systems Association, as the technology representatives of the Orfalea College of Business, to have a website that is not only technically adept, but visually impressive.
So we plan on building a system using Google Sites, which will incorporate new cloud computing technology, making space on Cal Poly servers. It will also make data easier to maintain. We will also manage our design of the system so that the website will be more user-friendly, ultimately leading to more website traffic and ISA involvement.
Well, why are we choosing to do this? Because the current website is hard to maintain, we want to keep up with technology, and cloud-based technology is the newest. After all, it is 2012.
So now we're going to go to our Google Sites for our project. This is our home page right here, Shape Your System. So if you click right here on Project Write-Up, you're going to see our overall project description, our introduction.
And this gives you an in-depth discussion of the entire project.
So we're going to go talk about our alternatives right now. So we've identified some of the problems right here. That first, it's difficult to update and maintain the website and database information. You could read more about our solutions and our problems there. We've also noticed that it takes up memory space on the Cal Poly server, and that it's hard to navigate around the website, so it's not very user-friendly. This is the current system. So we've thought of 3 alternative systems that we could do. The first is to code a new system from scratch. Here are pros and cons. You can read about that later. Our second one is that we could fix the system, the current system, by just revamping the current website, or we could design a website using Google Sites, which is what we chose right here. We decided that because we noticed that there's more pros than cons, and also that just Google Sites is using cloud-based computing.
And there's just so much technical support that's already provided by Google, and it's such easy to learn software that we feel that it will be perfect for the Information System Association.
So in number 5 over here, we discuss this solution that we chose, which is Google Sites. There's a variety of different apps that you can choose from, such as the calendar, Google Docs, Google spreadsheets as well, where you can do real-time editing on it, so everyone can edit and see what each other's editing at the same time. We do, however, notice that there may be some differences between using Google Sites and a database, and one of those is that using Google Sites, the spreadsheet, it doesn't provide a creation of relationships, which is what a database can do.
So we realized that in order to manage the data within our Google spreadsheets, we might have to integrate OpenOffice, or on OpenOffice we would use an application called Base, and that works in a similar way to Access. Or we could use another method of querying data through the Google spreadsheets, which is...
And using pivot tables. We could query information. Officers can receive information that they need.
Just the 2 different options that we noticed was that we can use Google Spreadsheets, where you could create spreadsheets and use the pivot table and the filter option to query your information, but that one does not create relationships. And another one is using OpenOffice, which allows you to create relationships and follow our ERD diagram as well. And so now we are going to go into our context level diagram, which is on the left navigation panel over there.
Okay, and the context level shows you an overview of the new student member external entity and how they register through the Information Systems Association management system, or how a current student member can access the Information Systems Association management system, just as a company can in order to manage upcoming events and plans for the Information Systems Association. And now we're going to take a look at our level 0 of our DFD. This includes a new student member external entity, which has an application process in order to become a new member. Once a student is authenticated as a new member, they are a current student in our data flow diagram, and from there they can access the Information Systems Association, including certain aspects such as recording their payment information, and they can also be notified of club events and the like.
And to note that the processes are monitored by the officers of the club. So the officers would be recording the member payment info in our system.
They're stored here in member dues. We have a calendar, we have member info, we have company info, and company donations are all of our data stores.
And the companies interact directly through company information flows with the company information database through processes that register new companies.
We also wanted to bring to attention that since companies in the system have no direct interaction with the website, we only actually have one external entity for company, whereas for students we have new student member and the current student member because they are the ones doing the interacting with our system, with the website. And moving on, we have an ERD diagram that demonstrates what is going to be stored. For example, we have the member information, which is a unary relationship, where a member must be added by an officer. An officer can add many members, but does not need to add a member. So there's our unary relationship over there. The member entity. And because an event must be scheduled by one officer, and an officer can schedule many events or no events. We see that demonstrated here. In addition, each event can have up to one company sponsor or may have none, because sometimes ISA officers hold resume or internship workshops when companies cannot speak. Company information can be added to the database without having spoken at an event. We also keep track of the company donations here and the membership payments over here. And here we see a data dictionary, which pretty much explains the field, data type, description, and size constraints of the ERD that would then be translated into Microsoft Access or BASE, considering what we decide to use.
But we have decided to go with Google Sites, so if they do have some sort of application or form where we would be able to specify the certain dimensions of it, then those are what we would use. So right here we have a Gantt chart.
Yes, and if you click on it, it will show you an entire overview of the schedule for completing our project. We estimate that it would take 4 days to build an Information Systems Association website. That's keeping in mind that during the entire project, the group working on building the Information Systems Association website would be working on their final report, and then it starts with the analysis phase, moves into the design phase. The program and review phase would happen in tandem, and then we have the testing, implementation, and presentation phases, which occur on the last 2.5 days of our project at separate points. What we want to have happen is that during the analysis phase, we have the group that is working on the project read all of the information and do all of the research for the website. And then we want them to optimize their website design based on their analysis, implement that design with including training time and also keeping ISA ideas in mind while they program this website. Then we want to have 2 ISA officers use and critique the system during the review phase, and then have 2 project team members test the system, and then during implementation email out all the passwords and instructions to the ISA community. Then during the presentation portion we want designers to present to the ISA board and members and have a Q&A so that we can keep the club fully informed on the new system.
And see what we can change and edit at the same time.
During the review phase. And so now we're going to move into...
But I'd just like to add that we say 4 days, and that's like a really short amount of time, and that just shows how Google Sites is able to it's just so easy for someone to create a site using Google, because it's easier to use and understand than other programs or applications as well. So now we are going to talk about the cost benefit.
So here we see the benefits and the costs of our project. As Tiffany was saying earlier, the beauty of our Gantt chart is that it will only take 4 days to implement this project. In addition, the costs are extremely low. We project one-time costs of $1,000, and that's being generous considering we are using Google Sites and Google Apps, which is a free software provided by Google. However, we do recognize that labor hours will have to go into building the website and so on and so forth. So we have the cost pictured here. It comes out to be an overall net present value of $1,253 with an overall ROI of 98.63%. And we think that the actual break even will occur at 1.8 years. Here we see this pictured over here. And overall, it seems as though the benefits will outweigh the costs, and so this will definitely be a good investment for Cal Poly. And lastly, we have the wireframe, which is pictured here, but if you click on this document, it will come
That
up.
link.
That link.
Yeah, I'd just like to add about the cost-benefit analysis is that it's less than 2 years, which is really fast.
Turnover.
Yeah, turnover. Or maybe not turnover. So right here is what our website would look like. Here's the home page. On the front, we would be having like pictures of upcoming events, what would be happening. So that's our home page. There's also an About ISA page, which maybe prospective students can read about what ISA is and get involved with the club. And they can see when they can contact ISA right here and see where it's located if they're interested in at all. They can also click on the calendar, which shows the current month and what companies will be presenting right here with the picture as well. And if you're a member and if you're paid, then you will show up on this page right here. So maybe if you want to contact one of the students in the club, then you can see their name right here. We also have a companies link right here, and this just shows all the companies that have spoken at ISA previously before, so you can see what the club is involved in and if you want to get involved with any of these companies too. So if you're a current member, you would just enter your email, your password, and click submit right here. If you forgot it or you're a new member, then you would click one of these links over here, and it would take you to a page where you would enter all your information. Kind of like what we were talking about on our level 0 diagram, where a new member would create an account and then they would become current members. So if you're an officer, you would have this special, you would have to sign into your executive right here, and it would take you to this page. These are pictures which would also be links where you could mass email the ISA group if you wanted to update them on current events, but you could also just update the calendar right here, which we know has a specification where it can alert the student if an event is going to be upcoming. We also have recording your financials right here for companies that give us information or give us sponsorship money, or members are giving us payment, so we just record that there. And attendance to see if the members are coming and possibly having some good awards for that and then you can always go back to your home page too, right there. So that's the gist of our wireframe, and we hope you enjoy it. So thank you for your class, Professor Griggs, and have a good break. Bye.